Here we are again. Welcome back to the third heat of round number 3 of the trials here at the Itacoatiara Pro in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This is part of the GoPro IBA World Tour.
What have we got going on here? Bit of a...
Paddle battle.
I'm not quite sure what you call that, but I'm sure White's in the wrong. That was a foul little move there he pulled, but I'm not quite sure what was happening out in the lineup. But
And that happened like in the first 30 seconds, maybe first 60 seconds of the heat. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a lot of... I'll put that at the end of nerves, really. Just putting yourself in positions like that. There's a lot of time in these heats to, really push the panic button. And looks like White's maybe done that in the first couple of seconds. So we'll have to leave it up to the judges. Interference or not, we'll find out. But you can just see
to me, it's obvious that White was obviously trying to give Blue an interference.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't even he was going for the wave.
He was on the wave there, man.
He was already up and riding.
But can you give an interference to White, as he didn't really do anything to Blue's wave, but just sort of got in the road a little bit. But I don't know. That's where priority system really comes in handy. You don't see that kind of stuff in the later rounds. It's just, you just don't have time for it. White, he is from Brazil. We've got another lone Venezuelan actually in this heat.
So we are going to be waiting to hear what's going on. But again, in red, Diego Vieira. In white, Israel Eduardo. In blue, Miguel Herrera. And in yellow, Bruno Araujo. And they did give White a score on that wave, a .075, and blue, Miguel got a 3.38.
How does that work? It was the same wave. No idea, but here goes yellow just getting busy.
Bruno.
Couple of spins.
Look at that ARS off the white water.
Yeah. If he held on there, he probably would have made that. Here goes White. Drops the roll. He's looking to start off his heat. He might have felt a bit nerves early. And usually catch a few waves. If you're feeling like that, Eric, you can just catch a couple of waves. It calms yourself down. You can start, concentrating on really building scores and getting a couple of moves down the bag. But
so we're waiting for some scores to come through on those last couple waves.
Yeah. So it's good to see bodyboarding so healthy in Brazil. This is an awesome beach. It's a massive tourist sort of destination, it seems, even for the people from Rio and stuff like that. And it seems like everyone is holding a bodyboard on their arm, which is good to see. And it's alive and well.
So Bruno in yellow with a 3.7, but our rider in red, Diego Vieira.
Just rolling, keeping it smooth, keeping it nice and tight. And yeah, those are the kind of scores that they were kind of throwing away in the last heat. So I'm sure they've seen what Ian and Leandro were throwing down for their round 3 win.
Yeah, for sure.
And they know what it takes. So I might see a bit more action later on this heat, no doubt.
So again, Bruno with a 3.7 off that whitewater maneuver he was able to pull off, and we're still waiting for a score for Diego Vieira in red. 3 Brazilians against a Venezuelan, Miguel Herrera, and this is the Venezuelan. Nice ARS there coming through the pocket. He's going to increase his lead on this one for sure. Again, a score coming in now for red, Diego Vieira, his first wave of 4.08. So all 4 riders with decent waves under the belt now. Everyone should be well settled in as we're still waiting for a third score for Miguel Herrera, who has 2 waves under his belt with a 3.3 to 1.8. But we're waiting for that third wave, and that's probably going to be his best wave.
So what else has been happening in Brazil, Eric? Give me a rundown. It's not only the beach.
Well,
That's what
it's
we know.
it's quite a tourist destination. We're told that the weekends here, Saturday, Sunday, are always packed, and this is one of the nicest beaches, nicest little neighborhoods in all of Rio, as far as some of the nicest homes, the most money here, and the safest. And we have a set coming in right now. Look at these lines stacking in. This is our rider in white, Israel Eduardo, electing not to go, and the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Here's our rider in yellow. ARS right there for Bruno Araujo.
That was really nice.
Araujo.
Araujo.
A rider in white, there he is, popping out the back of that one. That's Israel Eduardo.
It's can't be an easy heat for the filmers either. There's so many waves getting ridden. I think it's probably averaging about 7 a rider. So it's heading up towards 40 waves a heat for these guys. And
Okay, so we do have Isabella Sousa, women's world champion, down with our heat winner on the beach.
E aí, galera, eu tenho aqui o Léo Chagas, vencedor da última bateria, a segunda bateria do dia do terceiro round. E aí, Chagas, como é que tava a bateria?
Pô, a bateria tava muito difícil, eu tinha uma nota regular, aí eu, com 7 minutos para acabar, eu tinha que recomeçar a bateria de novo. Aí eu fiz uma onda boa, acreditei, consegui dominar o pico ali do lado esquerdo e consegui achar a segunda onda que precisava, e estou muito amarradão. Quero agradecer muito a Deus que ter me ajudado em toda essa caminhada aqui. Foi muito difícil estar aqui, estou muito feliz e agradecer aos meus amigos também.
A primeira vez aqui em Itacoatiara, você veio ano passado. E o que você está sentindo aí da vibe esse ano do campeonato?
Não, aqui é a segunda vez que eu estou aqui. Eu competi aqui o ano passado, passei uma bateria, depois perdi, não fui muito bem no evento. Mas esse ano eu estou mais determinado e estou pedindo muito a Deus para ter um resultado melhor.
Vai querer mandar um beijo para a galera, a terra do Acarajé?
Com certeza eu tenho tudo a dedicar isso aqui à minha família, que sempre me apoia, meus amigos, a galera de lá da Praia de Amaralina, o local onde eu treino lá, e agradecer a galera da Bahia que está acreditando muito em mim e confia e torce muito por mim. Obrigado.
Valeu, parabéns.
Valeu. Obrigadão.
Back with you, Eric.
Thanks, Isabella. She was with Leandro Chagas. And Leandro Chagas is pumped on that fin sponsor, holding it up there, buddy.
yeah, it's really doing it for the sponsors there. And yeah, he's pretty happy.
Now, we had quite a bit of waves ridden during that heat. Miguel Herrera pulled in a 4.33, another one. So he's now in the lead again. The Venezuelan and Bruno Araujo, he has a 3.7 and a 4.83. In third, Israel Eduardo with a 3.7 and a 3.5. And in fourth, Diego Vieira, who's on the screen now. He has a low score of a 0.95 he wants to get rid of, and we lost him for a second, but he's back.
Here we go.
Oh,
You know, his backhand slipped out there from the rail, and it's kind of put him in a dot score position. But yeah, it's just look at this wind kind of picking up, Eric. It seems a bit fluffy. It's going to be a bit tougher for these riders to find a section. They tend to crumble a little bit once the wind picks up, and yeah, it's funny, hey? That happened this morning as well. I've seen that it sort of went onshore for maybe 10 minutes and it would blow back offshore. It just seems to be a big swirl at the moment, so we could see the conditions improve again, hopefully.
well, it's got to be disappointing for Diego Vieira. We just saw he got a 1.7 on the wave. He needs a 4.46 to move up into advancing position. I mean, to throw that ARS like that on that
Yeah.
wave and to have his hand come off is
Heartbreaking.
definitely unfortunate, but he still has plenty of time. 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go in this heat. We can certainly see him with a couple more chances.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say that. Like, if he landed that IRS, it almost would have put him in the first position. He goes blue from the wide angle. Just tuck it in there. It's a nice size wave.
This is Miguel
Seems to be
Herrera,
holding up.
the Venezuelan.
He's going to get something else. He's still in the face. Yeah, nice little double roll combination. Roll combination, I should say. Some of these riders dropping double rolls on the reg now.
Dallas, do you think that's going to be his best scoring wave? Is that going to beat a 4.95?
Straight up. That first roll was tight, man. And like, I don't know if it was the angle that the filmer was on, but it looked like it got quite a bit of height. He landed pretty smooth. He had plenty of momentum after that and managed to get into a second roll, which judges love.
That's it, a 6.7.
Wow. See, that's a good score. I kind of was confused. Maybe he thought he was going to get more.
Well, for these guys to be able to pull two vertical maneuvers on a wave out here today is definitely an accomplishment.
Yeah. That's going to push Miguel in a good little lead there, sitting on 11.65 after that 6-7. They would have lost. You would end up placing 4th in the last heat if you're on that, so he's got plenty more to do.
And look at
There's
this.
Wyatt,
Israel Eduardo, the Brazilian, looking to replace a 3.55.
Yeah, that's really like a standard sort of Brazilian move. Those ARSs are just killer. You see the guys in the best of the game, people like Yuri Valadeo and Eda, and Luciano. They can do that kind of stuff all day, which is really dangerous in heats like this because the wave quality sometimes isn't there, and you got to really fall back on your skill.
Like I said, these guys are able to hustle in these small waves and really get some maneuvers in.
Chatting away, boys in the
Riders tent
there, yeah. I think they can see the webcast from there also.
Yeah, they have a screen down there as well.
Yeah.
So they're watching themselves.
We got Yellow just sitting out there. He's in 2nd position. I think he knows he needs more scores. He's sitting quite low. Between 2nd and 4th, they really don't have much between them. There's nothing really quality there. So if they can drop a 6-pointer or something around that sort of range, that's really going to separate them.
So again, the Venezuelans still in the lead. Miguel Herrera, followed by Bruno Araujo. So Israel Eduardo needs a 4.16 and Diego Vieira needs a 4.46 if they want to move up and move the other Brazilian down. Rider in white, Israel Eduardo paddling up and riding on the left. Nothing doing there for Israel Eduardo. I couldn't really see. The shot was not the one we wanted. And again, 7 minutes to go. So we have 13 minutes done here in the 3rd heat of round number 3. A little bit of lull in the action. We see the riders just waiting for some waves. And we're checking out right now. We're showing the onshore wind that we were just talking about, and like Dallas said, it comes and goes as we're here. We're not quite sure if it's going to stay. We certainly hope it doesn't. Look at that. Another. Just these guys really pushing it like right up on the sand. Diego Vieira right there. And this is Yellow stalling, waiting for the barrel. And look at driving.
Yeah, knew what he wanted to do. Wow, that's incredible. I don't know, maybe some of the kids at home could think they kind of surf a lot of this kind of stuff after school each day. And that's it's not an easy thing to do. 1, maybe 2 foot wave there. He's just a full rotation ARS. So, it's to the credit of the Brazilian. He's probably looking at a pretty good score there. The judge is about to throw it in.
Yeah, that was Bruno Araujo in the yellow. Waiting for some scores to come through again. Still, though, Miguel Herrera is in first with a 6.7 and a 4.95, and Bruno with a 4.83 on that last wave. It's going to keep him in second place. He has 2 4.83s. Israel Vieira with a 4.33 on his last wave. He needs a 5.33 to move up into second place. So Miguel's looking pretty good in first, but second, third, and fourth are all really, really tight. Under 5 minutes to go now. Crunch time in this heat. We've 75% of the heat gone. Again, one lone Venezuelan battling the Brazilians here in the third heat of round number 3 of the trials. My name is Eric Apple, your host for the IBA Tour, joined by Dallas Singer. We're getting some extra work in. I'm doing the trials.
It's good to see, mate. Just checking out the action of these earlier rounds. Sometimes the people at home don't get to see what happens before the event. We run a trial. It's almost like a qualification for the main round. Probably much a field of around about 100 vying for 6 positions. That'll get them into the main round and into the money and chance to surf against the best. Sometimes they've got to deal with conditions like this because they just don't get the priority over the main event. You know, I almost called you Alex again, Eric. You got Yellow on the shore there, just practicing for his next heat. Kind of knows what he needs to do. He's got to put it in the ocean. And Diego sitting out there, he's in 3rd position. 2 mid-scoring waves. Bruno just pretty much just in front of him.
Now, you got a chance to surf some other waves down in Rio before you came up here?
Yeah, I did. It's funny because a lot of the beaches are similar. They got wedges on every one of them. So
Here we have a rider in red, Diego Vieira.
It's tucking in.
Look at this little barrel section coming out through the white water.
That's incredible.
Rolls it on the sand.
That's a tight little barrel there.
Now, he needed a 5.33. I don't know if that smaller wave is going to give him that score, but
I don't know, I reckon
still,
he's safe.
it could be close.
Yeah, it could be close for sure. That's you're going to see less and less than that as this wind seems like it's picking up.
Yeah, it sure is. And tell me this, Dallas, do you think that we would run another round after this today with this wind?
Yeah, I do think so.
Alex will keep it going?
Yeah. Just because these trial events, they really need to kind of push through the early rounds so, the quality's left there for the best.
Look at that.
Another pit. Shaking his head out of that one.
So Diego, who needed a 5.7, got a 5.83 on that last wave.
Wow.
So he is now in advancing position behind Miguel Herrera. Now Bruno Araujo in 3rd and Israel Eduardo in 4th. One minute, 45 seconds ago.
Itacoatiara.
Itacoatiara.
This is the 2nd year running. They kicked this event up in 2012. Third year running, maybe. Well, it's my first time here, and it is for your host Eric as well. We're starting to just kind of get our feelers out, feeling really comfortable at our accommodations.
Yeah, Villa Helena's definitely insane to be staying at. We're definitely happy to be staying with Stefan and Elena, our French connection over here in Brazil.
Yeah, I think they're an event sponsor actually also.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. Maybe we can get a sponsor list out here shortly.
Well, there's 6,000 sponsors on that banner, so I don't know which.
Yeah, they're not on that one. I did see the picture somewhere, but they're a great bunch of people. They're looking after us. Some of the boys actually want to live here now.
I'm on that list.
Yeah.
I'm down to stay.
The baby.
The big baby.
It's just it's one of those idyllic lifestyles that you wish you could just sit in forever. Some people are lucky enough that they actually do live here, and I don't know where these guys are going. It's like they're paddling away. Yellow looks like he wants to hold priority for those left-handers. Red looks like he wants to do the same. He's sitting in 2nd place. He's probably not feeling that great about how he's sitting at the moment.
Well, Yellow just needs a 5.34.
There's only 10 seconds remaining. This is
Look at this.
Yellow and Red. Oh, he's kind of sitting on him. And they counted out. And it actually worked for Red. He ended up holding on to that 2nd place. He knew that he didn't want Yellow to have it either. But
that's right.
That's
so our 3rd heat of the round is done. Miguel Herrera, the Venezuelan, defeating 3 Brazilians. Diego Vieira is going to advance along his side. Bruno and Israel, the other Brazilians, are done for the heat. Moving on to the 4th heat of the round, Ben Slimane, Adnan, Junior Souza, Irai Rodriguez, and Jorge Puman. That is the heat coming up. A Moroccan, 2 Brazilians, and a man from Ecuador. That's going to be coming up right now in just a moment after these messages from our sponsors who make the GoPro IBA World Tour possible.